Hello, hello, welcome and welcome back. Today is day 20 of the 30-day Reset My Life Journaling Challenge. I am Zaria Rayleigh, if you didn't already know, and we are here today to dive right in and get into it. We're going to start with our daily statements today, and then we'll just go straight into today's journaling prompt and really get into that there. Um, yeah, I think today's going to be more of a shorter one because I don't think I have much to say. This is really all about you reflecting on yourself and reflecting on who you've become, where you've changed before, things like that. So, daily statements today. I'd like to start with my affirmation. I am uh hmm, what's the word I'm looking for? I am not no. I have there we go. I exhibit innate ingenuity. There we go. Unity. I flourish in growth oriented spaces, and I am filled with the grace and introspection to remain accountable and present along my journey. Okay, that one was long. Okay, that was a long one today. All right, so next, my daily appreciation. I am proud of the ways I've pivoted and, excuse me, the choices I made to get here. Ooh, I love that. Okay. And then my daily gratitude today. I am grateful for my proclivity for, what's the word I'm looking for? The details, the fine details. I embrace the patience I have to pursue and achieve. Okay, period. Yeah, just there. So I'm going to repeat my daily statements today because I feel like I really was really thinking about them today. And that's really what it takes. It takes thinking and really honing in on yourself. And I'm also someone who really believes in the power of words. I know that every words have different meanings. Words grouped together have different feelings and meanings. And I try to find the words that really are hitting the exact energy that I'm thinking and feeling. So that's kind of where I do in terms of how to create my own daily statements. It's a lot of actually thinking and checking in with myself and understanding who I am and what's going on with me right now and how I can shift myself into wherever it is I'm trying to shift myself. So, I try to read them in the order that I wrote them because that's usually why it came to me in that order, but I'm just going to read them. So, day 20 of the Reset My Life 30-Day Journaling Challenge, my daily statements were: my affirmation: I exhibit innate ingenuity, I flourish in growth oriented spaces, and I am filled with the grace and introspection to remain accountable and present along my journey. My appreciation: I am proud of the ways I have pivoted and the choices I made to get here. So, my appreciation: I am proud of the ways I've pivoted and the choices I made to get here. Okay. And then my gratitude today: I am grateful for my proclivity for the fine details. I embrace the patience I have to pursue achieve. Ooh, I need to improve my fast handwriting. So those were my daily statements for today, and they really go along with the energy of today's prompt. Now, if you haven't already, you can click the link in the description box below and download the Journaling Analysis Process Workbook. This is a workbook that is basically a free workbook on the intros into shadow working and how to actually start understanding who that version of yourself is from the past that keeps popping up, and how to connect with that person, heal with that person, and grow into a new person that is not just the past or the present version of you. So, with that being said, well, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the daily prompt and we're going to go ahead and jump into day 20. Okay, so day 20's journaling prompt, feel free to go ahead and write it down as I read it out one time for you all. Day 20. Describe the last time you had a major change in your life. What changes occurred with your thoughts and habits? And you can always visit the journaling analysis process and do a little bit of analysis one, where you create some more questions and sort of help you gain more clarity on that first journaling prompt. But I feel like it's kind of there for you to really just mingle with it as it is. So feel free, use that journaling analysis process workbook as you like. It's for free, ready for you to download. And when you're answering this journaling prompt, definitely give yourself grace. It's okay to have made the choices that you made in the past. They're in the past. You can't change them. So if they're choices that you wouldn't make now, or choices that you never would have made before whatever change occurred, you don't have to compare yourself. You just have to realize that there's knowledge to be gained in the experience that you chose to have in that moment. So really see it from a perspective of, what can I learn from that experience that I had, even though it wasn't the best version of me or the best version of the ways that I could have shown up for myself. So give yourself grace there and really just hone in on, what can you learn about yourself that was happening there that can show you how to navigate through challenges for yourself in the future. All of these journaling prompts are built off of each other. So day one, it built onto what we were going to do during day two, and day one and two built into day three. So all of these journaling prompts have led us here, and we've also given ourselves tools to actually do the deep diving and analysis. So after you get done answering your journaling prompt, make sure you take note of how you felt while you were reading and writing down the prompt, and make sure you take note of how you were feeling when you were actually answering the prompt, because you're going to need these two different feelings to help you actually start to see your inner child and that inner self when you do analysis version 3. And analysis version 2 is very important to be able to get into the analysis version 3. I'll go ahead and show them to you guys again. They're inside this journaling analysis workbook for free to download. But analysis version 1, you create, some more prompts or actual journaling statements that kind of help you gain more clarity on the question before answering. You can even do it after to give yourself a few more days of journaling that are specifically targeted to whatever you've been honing in for that day that you answered the initial prompt. Analysis version 2 is asking yourself why 7 different times after you've answered your prompt. And I'm really going to be going through this with you guys before the third week ends, which is pretty much tomorrow ish or the next 2 or 3 days. So definitely stay tuned. I did answer one of my journaling prompts. Let me pull up my face so y'all aren't just looking at the notes again. But I did answer some of the a journaling prompt on day 16. If you'd like to see sort of how I move through a journaling prompt and how I answer it, you can check that one out again. But if you want to see how I go through a full JAP, how I do mine after I answer a prompt, then stay tuned over the next few days because I'm going to be doing that. Okay, back to the analysis prompts. 3, like I said, is where you actually dive into that inner child and where you start to recognize the first sort of experiences and reactions you had to these feelings and how you can actually map out, okay, I make these choices because this is sort of the underlying theme or the underlying belief that I have about it. And with the end of analysis 3, you're going to start to identify those themes and those limiting beliefs so that you can use them in analysis version 4 to come up with targeted affirmational statements that actually help you transform your thinking from those certain limiting beliefs, perspectives, and ideas that keep you stuck in patterns. This is really where all of that comes to a shift. Once you get to analysis version 4, you'll be able to start doing that on a daily basis. This is the same sort of process that I use throughout just every waking moment. If you were here for, I believe it was, I want to tell you correctly because it was only a few days into our journaling 30-day journaling journey with the Reset My Life Challenge, but I was in my car and it literally stopped in the middle of the road. I was about to enter 4 lanes of traffic. And the ways that I was able to calm myself down and not let the anxiety and the worry get to me in those moments and for the rest of the day was because I use this process on a daily basis. And I've been using it for a very long time now. So the ways that I've been able to help myself are just to take the opportunities where learning more about myself actually gives me the power and the tools that I need to move forward. So definitely seize, that's what I'm doing. I'm just seizing the opportunities that lie before me that say, hey, this is a way that you can help yourself and fulfill your purpose. And for me, right now, I feel my purpose is to help other people heal through my own healing, help other people educate themselves through whatever I've educated myself from through, and like even to learn how to research and educate themselves for their own personal selves. But I want to make sure that whatever I'm doing is still in line with that purpose. And the way that I've been able to do that is focus on and appreciate who I am. That's why I do daily appreciation statements. I accept my intrinsic value and my intrinsic characteristics, the personality that I have, the likes and dislikes that I have. I accept and appreciate all of that. And then I affirm all of who I am and I say, hey, this is an amazing thing. I'm like, this is great. This is who I am. This is what I'd like to be. If I'm instilling new habits, I put those inside the affirmations. And then the gratitude is what really helps me stop focusing on all the other things that just don't even matter. They're not even things that have to be considered when I'm making all of my decisions, but because I'm usually like on overload in the brain, thinking about so much, anxious about so much, overwhelmed with so much, underwhelmed by even more, because all of that is usually going on. When I just pause and take a moment to be grateful and thankful for whatever circumstance or lesson or emotion that I may be feeling because it's something that is teaching me. It's always something that is teaching me. And that's kind of how I go through life in a way that makes me feel more empowered instead of feeling like things are happening to me and everything is negative. I feel like everything is really just a moment to learn based on my environment and learn more about myself. And then I just use that knowledge to my advantage in future opportunities. So that's how I've used this process on a daily basis, and how you can use the journaling analysis process on a daily basis to actually enhance your like real time life. Like it doesn't have to be something that is just done out of habit. This is something that you can actually use to help yourself. Now, uh, it's on the website right here. If you go to pampered&Luxed.com, you will see on the free resources page journaling analysis process workbook, and it is a free digital download, or you can order a physical print as well. But I highly recommend getting the download because it's right there for free for you. And then if you want to do any other journaling challenges after this 30-day journaling challenge, I have a Regain My Power 30-day journaling challenge that has already been up for a good bit. And you can still do that. It's on the website and on Instagram and Facebook. There's also a 7-day journaling challenge that you can do, the Revitalize Your Confidence journaling challenge. And that one is also in the website and Facebook and Instagram. And the Reset My Life 30-day journaling challenge is also still being put up as we're doing it live for these next 10 days, and then it'll be over. And if you're ever looking for any other resources, definitely follow, subscribe so that you can see any other workshops or 30-day journaling challenges that I do. I've actually done a whole 7-day workshop extravaganza, and you can also download that for free on the website. It's on that same page with all the free resources. So definitely take the opportunities that come before you. And with this resource, I talked about imposter syndrome, how to live a life that you actually love and what that looks like, how to create your own worksheets, how to create your own 30-day meditation like situation. Like I went through a whole bunch of different things. It's 7 different workshops. You can actually see all of them there. There's video workshops and like the PowerPoint as well. So it's all there. It's there for you. And those are both free. Those are all free resources. And with that being said, today has been a pretty good day. I think we did it. I kept it pretty short. I tried to keep it under 15, but I was trying to make sure I gave you all of the resources that are there for you, because I'm someone who really benefits from finding out and figuring out a system for something so that I can follow it. So basically, like creating standard operating procedures for everything in life, because it kind of just helps me when I may be on overload mode or I may be on shutdown mode. It helps me be able to just get back on track and get back into who I am and what actually aligns with me. So that's why I kind of created these resources. And as I was talking to friends and talking with myself, because I do engage in conversation with myself, I think it's healthy for everyone to actually have a genuine relationship with yourself. And I'll journal or I'll send like voice memos and then go back and listen to what I was saying. But I just try to make sure that I was asking myself and my friends and, people that I know, if you had like something to help you with like your journaling or maybe even meditation, what would it be? And a lot of people said they didn't even know how to journal, and then a lot of people said that they can't figure out like how to sit still or how to make time for it. And these are things that I try to target with the 30-day journaling challenge. That's something that you can feasibly honestly do within like 10 minutes every day, if you feel like you don't really want to go too deep but you just want to make sure you're getting into the habit of it. That's what the 30-day journaling challenges are for. But they're also there with targeted specific intentions where you're actually going to end up gaining a whole specific skill set at the end. The journaling analysis process workbook is something to actually start teaching people how to journal in a way that heals in a way that actually is more than just writing out your feelings and your venting. It's a way to actually access the deeper parts of yourself. That's what the journaling analysis process is. And then all of the workshops and like live streams that I do are interactive and more, I'm giving you specific tips or specific like things that I've understood and learned from my life and my experiences. And hopefully in the future, I'd like to have guests on, or even people who have used the free resources or the paid resources, have them on to actually be able to share their journey and what they've gained from their experiences. So, with that being said, thank you all for joining. If you feel like you learned something, you gained something here, or you resonated with something that I said, something that was shared, please share this with someone else that you know who may benefit, who may resonate as well. And today, I've been trying to end off with something that I've learned about myself. Okay, today, what I've learned about myself is that it, I mean, I've been saying it for the past few days, but when you believe, you do achieve. When you believe, you do achieve. When you believe, you do achieve. I've been saying it the past few days, but I've been just trying to actually understand the moments where I do it in ways that are detrimental to me. So that's something that I learned today. The different ways that I tell myself that I can't do something. So then I don't end up doing something. I don't have the actual, it's just something in my brain that turns off because I'm thinking, oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. But then when I think I can do it, and then I just say it a few more times, and then I'm like, oh, yeah, I got this. Oh, yeah, it'll only be this much. It'll only be this long. It'll only take me this much energy. Whatever it is, once I just start saying, oh, yeah, I can do it. It's only this. I got it. Once I start doing that, things become a lot easier for me. So that's also been really helpful. Really, really helpful. Okay. Yeah, I think that's all I want to say about what I've learned about myself today. If you do want to understand what other things I've done for like my own personal mental health journey, you can feel free to subscribe to my personal YouTube channel because I know some people are watching from my personal YouTube channel and the Pampered&Luxed channel, but that's more of where I share my personal journey with it. And I have mentioned before that another thing that I use is like therapy. I also go to therapy. I have prescriptions that I use for my mental health. So there are other things that I do that's a holistic view of how I treat my own care and how to make sure that I'm actually good in life, because that even goes down to my diet and the things that I do there. But now I'm going off. I'm going off in a whole nother world. I will see you tomorrow for day 21, and we will be done with basically we'll be moving into soon the fourth and final week of the 30-day Reset My Life journaling challenge. So buckle up. That's the seatbelt. Buckle up. It's time to go. I'll see y'all tomorrow.